It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Keeping it live on Brian Muni's live song radio. Oh, keeping it live on Brian Muni's live song radio. Oh, keeping it live, keeping it live, keeping it live, keeping it live. And I'm Brian Muni, and welcome to Live Song 53. 53. And am I ever so excited to be welcoming back Jen Chapin? Now, why? In addition to how fabulous she is, she was my first guest on my first show.
Really?
That was you. Now, she was joined by her sister,
cousins.
Yeah, her first cousins, but you know, part of the Chapin lineage. And anyway, a lot's happened since then. It was 5.5 years ago, and we're still going strong. We do this once a month, and as I mentioned, thrilled that you're here. And so what the format of this will be is that Jen will do a few numbers, we'll talk, we'll kibitz, then KJ will do a few numbers, we'll all talk, then we'll do it again, and then maybe you can kibitz, you know, whatever. And then with all this kibitzing, we're all gonna get hungry again. I'll do a song and I'll send you out there and you can go eat, and then we'll come back and do the second part. Okay? Sound like a plan? All right.
Okay, so Jamie and I have been making songs, playing shows for a long, long time. But very recently I've started experimenting with kind of a reformatting of stringing 20 years worth of songs into kind of a theatrical narrative that's very autobiographical, and it's around the themes of my family roots and how that then means my own family, parenting, and then politics, which oddly intersects with parenting. Everything's politics. But I'm going to start with a little song. I think I might do some of the snippets of the script. I've been drafting and struggling so hard to memorize. But I'll start off with this first song, Unscripted Introduction, which is, I wrote this song when my guitar was up on my belly like this, because I was expecting a little boy, and I was wondering just who he was going to be. Little man, I can see you are not such a mystery to me. Little questions, little highs, little lows in a row, senses overflow. I've been thinking about this sad, sad about survival, and the one thing you should know is find your joy and let it show. you be bumpy like a pine cone? Cover your soft heart, try to be alone. Will you be smooth like sanded timber, wood grain winding, graceful and limber? I've been thinking about this way, processed world of authenticity, and the one thing you should know is find your joy and let it show. All the slick faces on the TV, they tell us be fearful. We are warned very soberly. Don't you listen, turn away, turn away. There's a different melody to play. I've been thinking about this sad, sad world, about survival, and the one thing you should know I've been thinking on this fascinating world about survival, and the one thing you should know is find your joy and let it show. Let it show.
Yeah.
So Jamie and I have toured all over the country, a little bit in Europe, and mostly with my husband, Stefan Crump, and he couldn't be with us tonight because he's about to start a very arduous run at the Village Vanguard, saving his strength. But my parents were also artistic collaborators with my mom, who happens to be lacking a seat in the back, writing the lyrics.
Your mom is here? Come, please.
There's a couple seats here, but Sandy.
Sandy, will
Yeah,
you
there are
please?
seats. She's chosen
Okay.
to stand.
Okay,
So,
sorry to put you on the spot.
okay.
She's just parked near the wine.
Sandy, it's so great to hear. Did you get some wine, some food? Okay.
So my parents were artistic collaborators with my mom, writing the lyrics to my dad's most beloved song. But she had 5 kids to raise, and a community to engage with and support arts organizations and so on. But my dad, was out on the road a lot.
Who was your dad?
Harry Chapin,
Harry Chapin.
and
So
he
many
was,
Chapins. It's
there's a
hard.
lot of them, especially around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was gone a lot, and I never had to do that because I got to work with my virtuoso bass playing, expert baby swaddler, tour van driving husband.
You lucked
And
out.
so when that little man that I wrote about was just 2.5 months old, we hit the road. Mr. Jamie 1X Fox, and
The original.
the original, the unflappable, as the New York Times called him. And so we went out and we went on a 10-date tour in Florida, and we're like, oh, we could do this. But and Jamie got to experience parenthood. He got diaper emergencies and tantrums and little dramas, toys and snacks, cars and planes, but the tour would end and he could go home. And so I had the privilege of being there for all of it, all of the time. Taking the kids on the road, being with the kids back home, so sometimes it gets to be a little much. I love when you go away, then I get to clean up the mess you made, stare through the streaks in the glass all day. Here with the boredom I begged for, hey. I'm happy you get to play. I'm glad that I get to stay here with my fantasies. They might be small, but okay. Don't want a thing but to finish my coffee. Patience returns like a long lost friend. The furies, they fly out the window, their sovereignty at its end. I need you to go away for a minute, for an hour, for a blessed day. Pack up your mirror, take that ugly woman away. Do I feel guilty? Not really. I watch your breath rise and fall in your sleep each night. Each morning I'm reeling from any smile, any touch, any kiss, any kindnesses you are willing to bestow. Any kiss, any kindnesses you are willing to bestow. Guilty, not really. I watch your breath rise and fall in your sleep each night. Each morning I'm reeling from any smile, any touch, any kiss. Polysyllabic words that you say, I say them back. We talk all the time. Time flies, it stops, it goes in a circle. I look at my watch through each story time. Some stories I love, I revel in crime. They fall off my lips, they drip down like wine. I'm drinking when I'm spitting out. I'm trying to learn what it's all about. I'm trying to learn.
So these are numbers that you are including in your new conceptual performance.
It's not really that
piece
conceptual.
that
I
you're
don't
doing called Essential Stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I was very pleased to hear you do this at the Cutting Room last month. It was awesome, and to have her here now is really very special. Let's hear it again for Jen Chapin. And on my left, my other right, is KJ Denhert. Now, KJ, you're working on your 11th album, is that right?
Yes.
It's a lot of albums.
It's not the charm, though.
No, you've got a lot of charm.
No, yeah, it's just been really hard to finish this one. So,
Why?
yeah, I'm gonna, one with my teeth, and now I just decided I needed to change guitars.
Can I help you with something?
I think I just got it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, nice person. Okay. Yeah, I've just had a real hard time finishing this one, and I figure maybe that's the lesson. Adam Falcon always says to me, that's everybody. Anytime I say any problem, he's like, that's everybody.
Do you guys know who Adam Falcon is? Yes. Okay, so Adam Falcon has been on this show 5 times.
Oh.
Almost more than anyone.
Now I'm starting to feel it.
And he's always talking, they've collaborated together. But KJ, let me just tell you a little bit about her. Okay, so she's hot shit. She's won a lot of awards. She's, did you win Kerrville?
Yes.
The Kerrville Folk Festival. You have, how many, I don't know, you have 4 Independent Music Award nominations and blah, blah, blah. And
She sang at my wedding.
there you go. Hence, that's why she's here tonight, right? All right, so is this song from your new album, or what are you going to play for us?
I thought I would go back to one of the older albums to start, because I also needed to tune this guitar. I wanted to play something beautiful for you, then I'm going to play something new.
And what tuning are you in?
Standard tuning, I just tune one guitar down a minor third to C sharp, and then if you played it, everything would, like this looks like, like an E. Yeah, it's just
beautiful.
It's richer.
Sound. Yeah.
That's an E, but it looks like a G, like I'm playing a G.
Right. So you just tune it down.
Yes. So I wrote a song.
Beautiful.
I wrote a song for the modesty that we all, most women I know wrestle with. If you go up to a woman and say, "Oh my God, you look beautiful," the first one's like, "Oh, come on, look at my hair." And there's a part of that in all of us, and also in me. And I wrote this at a beach one night, and that's why Venus and the Velvet Sky gets mentioned. I was in the Caribbean. This is called Beautiful. La la la, la la la. La 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 la. If I was to try to tell you the reasons why I think you're beautiful. Beautiful. Would you roll your eyes and walk away? Tell me not to say things like that. So I ask why. Under the starry sky, don't you feel beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful as this night. Beautiful because ageless is beauty that whispers and follows the songs that a heart like a madman assembles sometimes. La 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 la. Once in a while, my darkness subsides, and then I realize that it is beautiful. Beautiful to be by your side while Venus lights the velvet sky. It's your time of year. Darling, take care. Treasure your blues. All that you are meant to do, and you'll feel beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful as this night. Ageless is beauty that whispers and follows the songs that a heart like a madman assembles. Beauty is ageless. It's you she resembles and leaves me believing that beautiful is all that you do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Another one? Yeah. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Same guitar?
Yeah, that's why I switched. I figured I could do an old one and a new one.
All right.
Like a wedding.
Yeah. Did you play that at Jen's wedding?
I wish I had. I played a song that Jen and Stefan wrote.
Stop complaining.
I know.
She thought our song was so hard.
It wasn't hard. You just, when it's your friend and like she looked beautiful.
It was in the church.
It was in the church and my hands were shaking. I remember. I was like, oh man, and there's Chapins everywhere.
I know.
Mom and cousins. But no, it was like pressure. And I learned the song. I'm looking at lyrics. So this was just a little more relaxed, but
yeah.
It was a fabulous.
But not much.
So you wrote that in St. Bart?
Yes.
Yeah. You go down every year, right?
I used to go down. I went down for 16 years in a row, and I'd actually gotten some scary news at the time, and I wanted to be home with Lisa, and I couldn't for another week, and I wrote that for her. I don't usually mention that it's for her. It's a funny story that one time we went to like one festival, and I was like, oh, come on, I'm going to say it's for you, Lise. And I sang the first lyric, and I said, would you roll your eyes and walk away? And everybody laughed. And I was like, are you kidding me? She's going to kill me. And so, at least nobody laughed today.
No. We weren't laughing. We were there.
Yeah. All right. Want another tune? Ooh, here we go. I grew up in the Bronx, and I came up in sound check.
Yeah.
And I went to this junior high school where they said, we're going to send all you special kids from these classes to this other school where they like to beat up kids like you. They didn't say that. They said, we've got an enriched program. I thought we were getting good bread. There was no bread. And I learned a lot of things. So the people that I talk about in this tune, this next batch of tunes, I'm trying to figure out how did I get to be who I am today. And I think that being at this school was one part of it. On the first day of class, my English teacher said, I don't want to hear, I left my pen in science. And, don't be late. And so I, of course, had to put that in the song. And I have used that anytime I think someone is treating me like I'm a child. I go I left my pen in science, and they don't know what I'm talking about. But
we do.
Now you do.
You do.
And Willie really was a guy that was in chorus. We would go to gym class with these kids, and we would also go to chorus. And who would want to beat anyone up in gym class? Poor guys, I felt bad. But Willie got thrown out, and I came home and I was saying, oh, Willie was messing around. And our parents knew we were going to be influenced by these hoodlums. And my father said, we don't say messing around. I was like, since when? And it was just a made-up rule. Anyway, enough. This is called We Were Diamonds. We were diamonds. We were diamonds. We were diamonds, they were rough. Girls were mean and boys were tough. Junior high, I learned to tell those girls enough's enough. Willie had a sense of humor, and he tucked up for a little guy. Willie did the mess around. Willie made us laugh till we cried. And I cried when I got home, and I tried to be stronger. Sun comes up to light the world up for another day. Yeah. We were diamonds. Karen left her pen in science. She wound up down the wrong hallway. Push and shove, she would not budge, even when her friends all ran away. Yeah. Oh, and Willie got thrown out of chorus, 'cause he got caught messing around one day. No one seemed to notice much, How I wish that Willie would have stayed. Yeah, yeah. And I cried when I got home, and I tried to be stronger. Sun comes up to light the world up for another day. Yeah, yeah. We were diamonds. My parents, they came from an island. They grew up 3,000 miles away. I could speak the way they spoke. In junior high, I hid myself away. And I cried when I got home. And I tried to be stronger. Sun comes up to light the world up for another day. We were diamonds. We were diamonds.
Your family's background, is it Caribbean?
My family's from a little island called Grenada.
Ah.
Nobody ever heard of it till there was a war.
Yeah, we invaded it.
Everyone thought we were from Spain until 1974.
Mm-hmm. And so they moved from there to the Bronx?
Yeah, not quite. First they went to Brooklyn, to another island, the Isle of Long.
Yeah.
And
Long.
yes, the Isle of Long. And I had to learn to say things. Kids would say to me like, say coffee,
Coffee.
because we'd say coffee.
Yeah.
Say Boston. So I learned to do kind of any accent and not get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And I accidentally threw one kid over a desk, and no one was hurt. And then everything changed. Just something to remember.
So was music your saving grace? What I mean, did
Absolutely.
it protect you? Did it protect you from those people?
Maybe not so much from those people, but maybe I think that music protected me when there was nothing left. There was so much that was unfair. Unfair to kids. These were the 60s. I remember walking home the day that Kennedy was assassinated, and I'd already left the country during the Cuban Missile Crisis. I was 4 years old. So I wasn't shaded from the concept that the world is a somewhat scary place. And we left on a dime, but we left Daddy home. And I remember, it's like, if it's so bad, like, why is Daddy being left home? That's for the next album.
Okay, for the next set, we'll hear more. Do you want to pick up from here?
Sure.
That was awesome. Okay,
Um,
moving right along.
Yeah, so this show I'm working on, I talk a lot about, like, way back. KJ and I are both talking about family roots, and I go way back to the my Puritan ancestor, Deacon Samuel Chapin, who came from England in 1630 and displaced a lot of Indians, as people tended to do. But and usually for all the time we've been playing together, there's been very little of like family coming into except for my own kids coming into the music. But now, in giving the full story, I explained that when my dad Harry died real young in a car wreck when I was 10. And I was very attached to his legacy as an artist, but I was never like overly reverent or sentimental about his music. And I was into Olivia Newton-John and Shaka Khan and Led Zeppelin and Aretha Franklin.
Well, those
and
are great artists too.
The original musical art form to come out of the Bronx, hip hop.
Yes.
So, and then I do my flashy little rap of saying when I was a teenager, you could find me, trying to impress my friends when I would say me, the rocks, give up the box. So you could brag about it for the next 6 blocks. Shit, you must be crazy. You're moving too fast. I don't even know where your hands been last. You call me up at night to arrange a date. As you said, meet me at the beach and don't be late. But did you meet him at the beach? Hell no. In the middle of December when it's 20 below on the reel. But the context is that I've realized that my dad Harry's most famous song is really very hip hop, because it just goes, the phrasing, the wordplay. You might not know it, so we'll try and demonstrate. KJ's parents would never let her do that. No. Child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he said, I'm gonna be like you. Yeah, I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah, gonna have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. Well, he walked away and his smile never dimmed. He said, I'm gonna be like him. Yeah, I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Gonna have a good time then. He came from college just the other day, so much like a man I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you, can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah, gonna have a good time then. Since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. Well, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah, gonna have a good time then.
I want to acknowledge the writer of those lyrics, right? It was your mom
It was a
who was
poem
in the
from
room,
my mom.
right? So, for Sandy. Yeah,
She's working on a new poetry book. She
That's
published
great.
one recently
Really?
coming out. She's still doing it.
so Sandy, can I ask you a question?
She giggles.
So, did you write the majority of Harry's lyrics?
Did you write most of Harry's songs?
Majority of Harry's lyrics.
It would take me a year and a half to write one lyric, and Harry would write 3 a day.
But you wrote a good one,
Yeah.
a really good one.
Quality
One
over.
that took a year and a half was Tangled Up Puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, another beautiful song that they wrote.
So,
But she wrote that about her first husband and his dad. She didn't write it about Harry. When she wrote that, he was like unemployed, hanging around, not really,
going anywhere.
not really going anywhere. He was taking care of the kids, so it became a prophecy.
Well, your rendition of this is so soulful. So, wasn't that amazing?
Yes.
I mean, really. I mean, you talk about, the poetry of the rap in that. I mean, the internal rhymes, the flow, the rhythm, the conversational. But I imagine as being one of his children, there were 5, at least.
Yeah, that we know of.
So you identify with that feeling of like having, an absent father.
Yeah, well, I mean, he died really. I was only going to have so much time with him anyway, but yes, we
Yeah.
gave him a hard time. He was extremely present when he was there. Some people are
That's
present
great.
but not present,
Right,
but he
right.
was like all over. He was like all in your face with activities and projects and.
Well, I have a couple of Harry stories in Providence, meeting up with him, but I'll tell you about those later.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so moving right along.
Yeah. So we'll play a song that was the closest I got to a hit song. And I joke around that it would have been a hit song, but it had the word ass in it. I wasn't
Really?
very strategic. Although ass is officially allowed, it's a biblical word. But the year when the record company was pushing on this, and they spent a lot of money, paying out to the promoters, was the year when it was just a few weeks after Justin Timberlake had ripped off Janet Jackson's top and
Oh, yeah.
exposed her boob, and remember everybody was like, oh no. And
Hashtag.
so they asked me, they were like, can you re-record the song? And our co-producer was saying, you should just say apple, instead of ass. I was like, that's nonsensical and cute. And then we did this, I literally re-sang just the word ass, going, ah. I was like, I'm just gonna so, the moral of the story is I never really was driven to have a hit song, because I didn't really think that strategically. And this song is kind of expressing that. It's like almost 20-year-old song about my lack of ambition. Still continues to this day. Trying to have fun. I like to play-by-plays of why didn't I says of yesterday. My sense of progress has me going in circles. Just one step forward can take the whole day. I'm here and nowhere, there's still so much to see. Maybe nowhere is my place to be. Maybe nowhere is my place to be. Don't you see the need to linger, to twirl time round your finger, though the world tries to push you into tight little hours, little hours, little hours, little hours, little hours.
We'll let KJ
Yeah,
do
I'll come back. I'm not going anywhere.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah. I mean, can we convince you to do a few more?
I came with more than two.
Oh, you did.
Call me crazy.
She's a
You know,
professional.
I mean, you've done 11 albums, so 2 songs and 11 albums.
Yeah. I figure you gotta get one good one in there. So, in a interesting kind of way, I think Jen and I are about 10 years apart. And when I was in junior high school going to 125, my friend's father used to drive us because it was so, sketchy. And I remember my friend Lisa Velasquez loved Taxi. And that high voice, like she would like close her eyes and sing it in the backseat. So, we were the generation that...
Yep.
And my mom and I, while we didn't get along really well, when your father passed away, it's one of the few times she called me.
Wow.
Because they had moved to Long Island from the Bronx, and they actually moved
My hometown.
to Huntington.
Yeah.
And then, we've got all these
Yeah.
Connection.
odd connections and coincidences. So I was asked to write a song last summer. A guy called me up and said, could I convince you to write a song for the Tappan Zee Bridge? I swear to God. I get a lot of calls, it's true. And I was like, well, I almost drowned once. He says, great, write that. Okay, and I do love songwriting. I just did a songwriting workshop with Dar Williams, and it was like being in songwriter heaven, just people deconstructing songs and looking at how you do them. And so I have the song that I wrote. The guy called me up in August. I was in Austin, Texas with Lisa, and he goes like, how's that song coming in? I had forgotten all about it. So I went to work rather quickly to write a song that told this story that wouldn't upset you too much, and so you can see I got out of it okay. Some people said, I was scared. It's like, I'm here. I made it. And this song, it's, I don't know if I can actually play it all. It's got all these sections. So we start out in the river, which is this theme. And there's, I just have to go over one part. Okay, we'll try it.
Fancy changes.
They didn't tell me that Rupert Holmes was also invited to write a song at the same thing, and they told me like 2 days before. He liked it. here behind the wheel, just past exit 9. I can still remember my first brush with danger. But try explaining danger to a child. There was a boat, there was a river, there was a girl who loved to swim. The sun was hot, river cold. Little girl jumped in. Jumped in. Times got hard out there on the water, where the river writes the rules. The current was too strong for her little arms. Little girl, it's not much you could do. Carry me across this river. I never thought that I would be 10 years old, all alone underneath the Chapin sea. Well, the grown-ups were taking sun. Did not occur to anyone. No one seemed to notice just how far adrift I had become. Felt like forever, for they came till I heard their voices calling out my name. Bright white light became the bow. I climbed up the ladder and I don't know how. Carry me across this river. Oh, carry me across this river before it gets the best of me. 10 years old, all alone underneath the Chapin sea. When the boat got back to the dock, I was okay, maybe in shock. I jumped back in the water before the sun went down. I didn't want to be afraid next time around. Carry me across this river, tearing down the Chapin sea. Bridge between the girl I was and the one I had to be. The bridge between the girl that I was and the one tearing down the Chapin sea.
No, you're not messing with my agenda. I was just wondering, you couldn't fit in the Mario Cuomo bridge in there.
No. That's another bridge I'm writing a song about it right now.
That's another
If
song.
you're talking about a policy, I got some answers.
That's another song.
That's another.
That's another feed. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
For
Yes,
Jen,
Yeah, for Jen.
title track of my 10th album. I'm trying to remember how did I get into this one? Why did I start writing this? Because my life has always been great, ironically great, and rich man, poor man, beggar man. Okay, this is where it comes from. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it.
That's a good one.
Jean de La Fontaine said it, the 15th century French philosopher. Ooh, oh, la la la. Destiny, you just lead me along across a bridge, like a bridge, in a sad, sad song. Destiny don't lie, but I cry for the things I don't see on my horizon. Destiny, oh, what you doing to me? When I feel alone and I think my days are numbered, and I ask myself, is this all I want? Are you calling me? Oh, destiny. I'm twisted up inside. You took me on a detour, so long and hard. You make me wanna run and hide. I don't want you in my business. I see jokers on the witness stand. What is this? Like my father, I work harder to be stronger than the sorry self that I don't understand. There's a master plan. I'll follow you all the way to China, all the way to China, all the way if I can. Destiny, come on, take my hand. You're running much too fast. I'll keep up and do the best I can.
Well, lucky for us, we get to share in your songs and destiny, and so we're gonna take a 10-minute break, and then we're gonna come back. There'll be some more songs. I'll do the song. We're gonna maybe take out the fiddle. I don't know. But so there are CDs. There's at least an email list. There's food, and there's drink. So tarry a while, linger, even. Okay? The Tarrytown?
Yeah.
Tarrytown? Yeah. Okay. All right? So don't go anywhere, though. Okay?
Further than
Yeah, but, you know,
We're
go
saving
out.
all-
If we let there be love. And times being what they are, I thought maybe I should sing the song tonight. So this goes out to the children on our southern borders, to their families, and to all who come to America determined to make this country their home. Our children on a swing, such happy sounds, joy and laughter, and the joy they bring. Well, may it last forever and after. Oh, the legacy we leave. Well, now, isn't it up to you and me? If we let there be love and let it fill our heart, let it bridge the distance that keeps us apart. If we let there be love and let it fill the skies, let it fall like sunshine and sing like lullabies. Far stronger than words, our love is a force like goodness and mercy, and I've always seen or heard. Oh, but its lessons are learned so early, and when troubles never cease. Well, now we'll still have our place of peace. If we let there be love, let it fill our hearts and let it fill our hearts. Let it bridge the distance, let it bridge the distance that keeps us apart, that keeps us apart.
thought to do this next little number, except Brian suggested it. I actually am far from a connoisseur of hip hop. I am a history geek. I respect its role in world culture. It's taken over the world. But in working on this song, because Brian came and saw us at the cutting room when we did the full show, and he was like, do that thing. And so there's so many songs, so many stories that Jamie and I have experienced over so many years that I realize, like, I can't tell all these stories. I just am going to compress them into a name-dropping rap song. So all of these stories are true. I'll just give a little, since this is a special intimate group, but there's, everything's true in here, but there was an event that I was asked with my husband playing bass. They said, can you do your duo bass voice thing and do a Suzanne Vega song? She's being honored at this luncheon. And so I thought, okay, yeah, she's cool. And so I'm not going to do Luca. I'm not going to do. So I'm like going through like the back catalog, but I don't really have that much of a connection. I just respect her. She's a lovely person. I'm like searching and flailing for a song. I finally pick something, and then they're like, call me up. Actually, Jen, could you do a Kenny Rogers song instead? Because he's also being honored. And Suzanne Vega's going to sing Tom's Diner, so they don't need you to do her song, but can you do Kenny Rogers? I was like, yeah. Because my mom had Kenny's greatest hits. Like, it was just playing in the cassette in the car. So I did get to sing for Kenny Rogers, and you'll hear a little snippet of it.
I love this.
I think this is a family heirloom. I believe this belonged to my dad. I don't know why else it was in my house. Had Billy Clinton's arm wrapped all around my waist. Later heard from Secret Service that celebrity had wasted a life. Sad Princess Diana killed by the camera, wasted. Fame I never wanted, fame I tiny tasted. Tasty canapes at my crib with Isaac Hayes. Also there was Marvin Gaye III in a daze of problems. Living up to Daddy. Daddy's name opens doors. Daddy's name drives you batty. It's better to be bonded to a cause. A do-gooder cape can camouflage your flaws. When my daddy discovered this, he became a superhero. No sleep, no pause. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucy. For hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some sad times, lived through some bad times. This time the hurtin' won't heal. I sang Lucille to Kenny Rogers and Roberta Flack. I fucked up the lyrics, but they both had my back. I took it to the streets with Michael McDonald and Ashford and Simpson and Darryl McDaniels, a Run DMC, a righteous man who could see the way to live is to give, save the day, walk this way. Russell Crowe and Sting, greeting baby Maceo, Bryan Adams Hornsby, that's just the way it is. Pipe pack the van, here we go. To London, to Hollywood, Boston and Reno, Boat Museum, Ski Mountain, Colton Casino, Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, my faves. Sang for 3 people, also packed the house to raves. People Magazine, Entertainment Weekly, NPR, Morning Show, all the soundbites peeking, picking Rolling Stone, Conan O'Brien, and the boss. Made some decent cash, but mostly posted losses. I'm weary in so many ways, too tired to keep on trying, too wired to settle down. My fight has gone and run away, too stubborn to let go. The reckoning I know will have to wait another day. These blues are comfortable, surrender's not so new. My time is full enough, I've lots of work to do. Half-opened envelopes pile up between my ears, while unloved melodies amplify my fears that my song will not be sung, that my doing comes undone. These blues are comfortable, surrender's not so new. My time is full enough, I've lots of work to do. Half-opened envelopes pile up between my ears, while unloved melodies amplify my fears that my song will not be sung, that my doing comes undone. The world looks different today, more contrast, black and white, no longer shades of gray, no final verdict if I stay or hang it up for good, too stubborn to let go. The reckoning I know will have to wait another day, too stubborn to let go. The reckoning I know will have to wait another day. So, as if the music business isn't humbling enough, financial necessity and some measure of inspiration meant that I went back to school to become a high school history teacher. So now I have 14-year-olds. They're like, Miss Chapin, you didn't tell us you're famous. We saw you on YouTube. I'm like, dudes, if I was famous, I wouldn't be here with you. Common sense. Common sense. But no, it's cool. But I was finishing grad school and sort of in between, flailing, entry level. I mean, it's all entry. You learn on the job when you're teaching. But I got this email. KJ's Chapin Z story made me think of this, where like out of nowhere, this email, and I'd met the guy before, but he said, can you write a song for my daughter? She's coming out as queer. She thinks that Mike Pence is going to kill her, and she's having an existential crisis. I'm being sort of flippant about it, but it was very sincere. He's a minister. He loves his daughter. I've met her, although not her anymore. Isaac now was Iris. But so the funny thing is, Reverend John asked me to write this song for his daughter, and I'm thinking she's really not going to give a but he also, just to add to the sort of arbitrariness, he's like, could you, or someone in your family, write her a song? It's like, yeah, I'll just spread it out in the family listserv. Somebody write a song. But and you were gonna join us on this. I'm looking at you. KJ can certainly, because you know what.
I said call Chapin.
Yeah.
Call Nancy.
Chapin, write a song for a teenager who really won't care. But no, I was told that the song met with some approval. So the song is called Secret, and it cribs a line from some of the, or I think this is, one of the classic civil rights anthems, because this is a civil rights, a human rights struggle. The secret's out. The secret's out now. And we won't turn back. The secret's out. And we won't turn back. The secret's out now. And we won't turn back. The secret's out forever. It was a secret that we're beautiful, a secret that we're strong, holding hands and hiding, pairing wrong to get along, in a world that made love a crime, a sin, a dirty disease. The biggest lie I ever heard is that my love hurts yours, that your commitment might be compromised, because there might be scores of fabulous lovers loving love of every stripe, and you of every hue, and we won't turn back, and we won't turn back, and we won't turn back. The secret's out forever. Do you wanna know a secret? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know a secret? Some of us are born into foundations that just can't contain our souls, and some are sacrificed on the altar of nothing. A girl, a boy, a queen, what does it matter really? It's no concern of yours. My questions are as old as the sea. The answers are not up to you. They live within me. Secret's out forever.
Gotta wake you up.
No, I'm here. Hey. Is that a wake move? I would like that.
Ooh,
It's not.
that's dangerous.
Yeah. I like to live on the edge. On a stool, yes. That would be me. Oh man, there was one time, the first time I played Las Vegas, there was a Blue Note there. And a woman said to me, do you do any Billy Joel? I was like, I'm Billy Joel. Billie Holiday.
Same thing.
Same, yeah.
Billy.
You do any Billy? And I said, yeah. I do Billy. Sometimes got so good. You know, I had a couple. When I got there, I saw the marquee and it said, KJ Denhert in a tribute to Billie Holiday. I had 3 freaking songs. And, there's only a little bit of pressure. And then the keyboard player, for some reason, used to take the stool and make it as tall as you can make it, those piano benches that you crank it up, on like this little metal thing. And then he would turn it sideways, and I had a song that I played on the piano, and as I played the piano, the stool just started like melting, going lower and lower until I had to stop the song.
Hush down, don't explain.
I know, so, I don't know why I had to tell you that story, but
So you never finished the song, is what you're saying.
I finished the song, but I had to stop in the middle and get another stool. So the fact that I even did this on a stool shows you the growth.
It's something. It's something. I mean, I can't keep on, shifting
Yeah,
around.
you could have
It's
had
hard. It's hard.
PTSD of stools.
Yes, well, it's Clarissa Sepulveda, and in same junior high school, there was one of those chairs that was missing the rivets, and I could have stopped her from sitting, and I didn't. And people almost were killed by the rivets were flying so hard. And I never forgot it. And anytime I have any kind of embarrassment, I say it's the Clarissa Sepulveda chair. It's my karma. I meant to stop her, I really did.
KJ's still stuck in junior high.
She is,
thought he
clearly.
was a
There are a
mature
couple of
woman.
things. There was something else you told us.
Well, that's because I'm writing songs about junior high, college.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Junior high school is basically where it all happened, right?
A lot
You know.
happens, and a lot of people are still there. I don't know. I didn't think it was so weird that I was writing about junior high, but
No.
now I'm more self-conscious about it.
It's major stuff.
Yeah, you're
art
with
is
those
drama,
little-
and this is drama.
This is a song about college. Another place I was miserable.
Well, we're moving on.
I made a really good friend, and throughout my life, she would just show up at different times. She was really, really brilliant. She became a lawyer, and I'll just cut to the chase. She sent me $5,000 once out of the blue when I had to either buy my apartment or finish my album. She said, "This is to finish your album." I had to put it down on the apartment, but I did write her a song 30 years later. And this is called Esmeralda. When I met Esmeralda, she was lovely and kind. She laughed at my jokes, she was easy to coax to having a really good time. 6 feet tall, she lived down the hall. Ooh, Esmeralda, you were the savior on call. When I met Esmeralda, I was just shy of 19. She came from a world that I, as a girl, hoped one day I would see. 6 feet tall, the envy of all. Ooh, Esmeralda, thank you for for breaking my fall. Ooh, Esmeralda, sometimes you just play the part. Ooh, Esmeralda, don't let them leave with your heart. Esmeralda Nan, she could outthink any man. There with a shoulder to cry on, nobody came for her hand. 6 feet tall, she lived down the hall. Ooh, Esmeralda, thank you for breaking my fall. Ooh, Esmeralda, sometimes you just play the part. Ooh, Esmeralda, don't let them leave. Don't let them leave. Her name was Anne. Esmeralda nay Anne, she could outthink any man. Technically, it would be nay Giroux. Her last name was Giroux, but I stuck it in that way because, you know, when you write a song, I decided to give it a little bit of drama.
I think you've done good. I think Esmeralda is just perfect.
Cool. Well,
Better than what she was given, you know. I mean, you've improved on it.
she was a really, really great friend throughout college and as long as I lasted. And, you know, when someone just sends you $5,000, I mean, today it would take at least 7.
Yeah. You should ask her for the other 2.
She hasn't heard the song yet. I've been waiting.
Oh, wow.
Till I feel like I have the right mix and we're so close.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I just want to say that, you know, I'm here tonight at the grace and pleasure of Jen Chapin.
Yeah.
She invited me. And,
Otherwise, you just wouldn't have a game.
no, it probably would an Adam Falcon or something here, so thank you.
Or the both of you.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
So throughout our careers, losses notwithstanding, Jen and I heard her at a place called the Living Room years ago, and I stole half of her band. My bass player today, Mamadou Ba, I saw at CB's Gallery.
Yeah,
It was like the second or third time I saw you.
yeah.
I didn't even know. Like, it was like on the 4th time. I was like, "Are you any relation to Harry Chapin?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh," you know. So.
Well, you stole her bass player, but she ended up marrying one, so you couldn't steal him.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
She stole him once or twice too.
Yeah, he's on my album.
Jamie's stealable.
I know. Like yesterday,
He's got some time in July.
I know, and I meant to ask you on the last song if you wanted to play.
I would have.
I know, and I should have. And then I was like, ah.
She has a car too.
Very.
I have an extra car. But so then, Jamie, you want to play on this one?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna do a song now for a gentleman from my town of Ossining, which lately Ossining is the bomb.
Yeah.
They've got so much going on.
You came from Ossining? You
Yeah.
came across the river, down the river? Awesome.
Donna, where'd you come from?
Somers.
Somers.
Wow.
Okay.
Impressive.
Brenda?
Right.
Rye?
Okay, everybody's got to say where they come from. Yes.
Baltimore.
But I want to say that she may have come from Baltimore, but she lives on the river. She and her husband cruise.
Oh, cool.
That's their life.
Wanacue, New
Don't let
Jersey.
your kids go swimming. All right? Just saying.
Just saying. Under the Chapin sea.
So I'm going to give you a solo in the middle. You can play along, but... So Alan Marzelli has a concert series, and he's here from Ossining. And my friend Vlad is from Kazakhstan. No, I was now making up names. Silly. Kazakhstan. Ethiopia.
Very dedicated fans.
I can't help being. This is what I wanted to understand. How did I get like this? It's Willie. My grandmother lived in Grenada, in the West Indies. Played the piano every day. We lived 3,000 miles apart, and it's one of the sad ironies of this life. And this song is called "And So the Story Goes." And Alan asked for it. That's where we went. That's where all that Ossining stuff started. Who takes the strikes in life, wearing the Superman tights, learning the moon never rises but falls. Some of the writing is nice, some of the soul searching showed me the way. A way to follow you when all the hot pursuit has only landed me in harm's way. As you wait, sunlight is blinding, and blind I wander through time. Never in question, never in doubt. Words on my lips can't quite get out. Your sky was so incredible. The romance of grand dance. I fell inside our history that day. As you wait, sunlight is blinding, and blind I wander through time. Me and my ancestors are not well known. And so the story goes. is blinding. Girls in the alley were born to sail away. Me and my ancestors are not well known, and so the story goes. And so the story goes.
A world premiere. Awesome.
Feel this. Da, 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 da. Can you sing that? Cool. I'll feed you lyrics too.
Yeah.
So I'll. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone.
Now these days are gone,
Not so self-assured.
and I'm not so self-assured.
Now I finally changed my mind. Open the door.
Open up the door.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
I'm feeling down.
I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet.
Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me?
Now my life has changed in oh so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. Oh, and every now and then, well, I feel so insecure. I only know that I need you like I have never done before. Chorus.
Help me if you can. I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you
being round.
help me get my feet off the ground. Won't you please, 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 won't you please, won't you please help me? Help me,
Help, I need somebody.
help me,
No, not anybody.
help me now.
Know that I need someone. Need someone to help me.
Help me.
You know that I need
Say, help me now.
no, not
Won't you,
anybody.
won't you help?
I need someone to help me. Give it to Jamie.
Won't you help me if you can? I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate
It's Jimmy.
help me, please. Help me, help me,
You think you could sing that with us? It's really cool when people sing the same thing together. And that's why I was trying to get everybody to do this. And Jamie can play it. We can all ooh together and the last note's open. So it's one note. We're going to do this, but with feeling. And the last note, whatever you want. Yeah! I need somebody. Anybody. Two more. Big ending. Thank you so very much. No, I need somebody. No, not anybody. Don't you know I need someone that help me? Help me, help me. Oh.
Thank you, KJ Denhert. Thank you, Jen Chapin. Jamie Fox.
Jamie's got a brand new record.
Jamie got a
I think
brand
this
new
is its-
record.
I think this is its first day out of the box.
Is it here?
It's here.
It's here for sale. That's a beautiful thing. Keep your ears and eyes open for Live Song Radio 54. And thank you all so much for making the long trip from Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Asnin, from the
Uzbekistan.
river,
Sri Lanka.
Village Gate, and God bless you.
Sri Lanka.
Keeping it alive. Thank you.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.